Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a super quick and easy nose contouring video. This is my super easy go-to way of nose contouring, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't want to talk too much since I will be talking throughout the whole tutorial, but I just wanted to come on here and say, hey, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, thank you for being here and thank you so much for watching. Before you leave, please make sure you're subscribed to my video to my channel and like this video, and we can jump right into the tutorial now. I guess let's go. All right guys, we're gonna jump right into the nose contouring video. So the first thing I'm gonna do is use my concealer. This is the Maybelline FITME Concealer, and I'm gonna go ahead and I have my eyes done and my foundation already on, so we're just gonna focus on the nose. All right guys, so the first thing I like to do when I start to contour my nose is I go in with my concealer right after my foundation, just like I would normally do. But when I want a more structured like nose contour and like I'm gonna be photographed, or if I have like an event or something, I always go the extra mile as far as going extra with my concealing. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna just conceal my eyes like I always do, just a very light little under eye concealing one time. So here, this is what I would just normally do for like a under eye contouring. But when I go in to snatch this nose one time, I take my concealer all the way up to about here on the sides of my nose. And I'm gonna make two lines parallel to each other. And I'm bringing it all the way to like the inner corner of my eye, but on my nose, the bridge of my nose, if that makes sense. And then I'm gonna blend it out, or not blend it out, but just drag it downwards, connecting it to the eye contour. And under the side of my nose in like a triangle. So first I do something like this. I don't wanna bring the concealer all the way down because I don't want to take away from like the roundness that my nose has from like right here. The thing about nose contouring too, you guys, is that like it's different obviously for everybody's nose. It's not going to be the same exact thing. So this is all like trial and error. Like I never used to contour my nose because I had no idea how, because I would watch people do it and then I would try to do it on myself. And you know, it just didn't work out because my face was different or my nose was different from theirs, and you just have to find what works for you. But generally, this is something that I see a lot of people doing. This is a nose contour that will complement most noses, if that makes sense. Okay, but you can already see here that this is gonna help define my nose already. It's gonna thin it out, especially down the bridge of my nose, which is what I like to have a little bit smaller. Than I like to leave my tip of my nose a little open because I like to have a little cute butt nose, but still to add a little highlighting there, I'm gonna drag the concealer or do a line of concealer right down the bridge. I'm gonna do a little dot on my nose right there. So now taking a little beauty blender, I'm gonna just blend out my concealer. I had like no idea how I wanted to actually film this, but I was like, all right, I'll just do this, like go in right after my foundation and then do my nose contouring and then do everything else off camera and then come right back, if that makes sense. And you can already see how it's thinning out my nose, and then blend out the center. So now I'm taking my banana setting powder. I'm gonna just set underneath my eyes really quick so that doesn't crease up while we're working on the nose. I'm gonna take my beauty blender, put a little bit of that same powder on top of the beauty blender, and apply powder exactly where I apply it. I really want to put a generous amount of this. I want this area to be super brightened. That way when I apply the contouring shade on my nose, it'll help cast that shadow. So you can already see here how it started to shape my nose out and already make it appear more thinner. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes just to really bake on top of my skin. I'm also gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face really quick and come back to the powder contour. So when you're contouring, you wanna stay away from anything that is too orangey and too harsh because it's gonna make it look very unnatural, and you want this to look as natural as it can be, especially when it comes to nose contouring, because it can kind of be like a hit or miss if you don't do it right and if you don't use the right product. So the color that I'm using today is this Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is from Too Faced. It's a little sample one, that's why it's so small, but it has that perfect cool undertone that's going to help cast that shadow to make your nose appear thinner. So you don't want to use anything that is around this shade here. You don't want to use anything too deeper than this or too orangey. So I'm using this brush here. It's pretty thin, it's pretty dense too. It's kind of fluffy, so it's going to help blend out very nicely. So you want to make sure that you're using something that is a lot thinner. You don't want to use anything that's too big and bulky because you'll put too much product on your nose at one time. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit on my brush, tap off that excess product, and I'm going to apply this on the sides of my nose. And I'm going to start to kind of bring it up towards my eyebrow. And then blend everything out going towards out of my nose, or the tip of my, no. Blend everything going towards the outside of your nose. There you go. I don't know how to talk. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of diffuse that a little bit with this brush that I used to brush off the powder with. And I'm simply going up and down like this in stroking motions, going up and down before I start to blend it out. This way I can make sure those lines are completely parallel to each other so it doesn't look like I got a bad nose job. Taking a little bit more here, I'm gonna apply some right underneath my nose too. This is gonna make my nose look shorter and help it look thinner. So I'm gonna apply a little bit there, and then I'm gonna do a very thin line, a very light stroke right in between, just like that. Okay, we are looking lace snatched right now. Okay, I know. So to diffuse it all, to make it look a little bit more natural, take your little powder brush and start to diffuse those lines. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of a highlight to my nose. I'm gonna be using the Becca Cosmetics Opal Highlight. I'm gonna take it down the bridge of my nose, apply this right on the tip of my nose. And there you go. Alright guys, and that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys learned a little tips and tricks from this video. This is just what I have learned with trial and error of how to nose contour, and I hope what works for me works for you. But if you guys have any other questions or any other video requests, please leave them down below in the comment section. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll check you guys out in my next video. Bye guys.